Are the mics working? Dude, oh my god, this is so botched.
Welcome back to the BotchPod, the worst podcast in the world.
So he starts whispering.
Today we have Mr. Cafe himself.
The man of many names, Billie Essco, Uptown Chase, Busy B, Playlist Biz. I'm a DJ now, so we going Playlist Biz. How y'all guys doing?
How's it going, man?
Cool, man. Another day. The weather started to pick up. It was rainy earlier, so you know that type of vibe. But shout out to Buffalo for actually getting good weather this year. Like,
It's not.
Bro, it's been dry.
I mean, yeah, but usually it rains all the fucking time. Like, we really been getting like some fake California weather, like blue skies.
100%.
You feel me? So shit is cool though, man.
Yeah, it's been nice.
Yeah, man. Shit is cool. Shit is cool.
So, a few months ago, you dropped Where in the World is Billie Essco.
Yes,
But
part one.
before we get into that, I want to talk about Cafe.
Okay.
Okay. Your stuff is super dope.
Thank you.
And I just want to talk about like how you started and where the inspiration came from and all that stuff.
But damn, I lit the blunt on the wrong end. That's why you're supposed to analyze the blunt thoroughly. If you ever see somebody just checking out their blunt, it's so they don't make the fucking mistake I just did. Because now the velocity of the blunt and the trajectory of the smoke doesn't. But Cafe really, man, Cafe started from a culmination of things. So I was a student at Buffalo State College back in around 2014. When the ideal was first like hatched. And long story short, like while I was in school, I always took the like entrepreneurial route. I didn't like jobs. Like before that shit was like cool to say fuck a job. I always had a vision for how I seen myself working, and it didn't align with just the business structure in Buffalo. It's kind of like you either own or you work for somebody. It's not no ladder system where you could really move up. So I was always into other things outside of just working, and one of those was just going to school. I was in school for 7 years. I got 2 degrees, but I was in there for a long time. So while I would be like in between classes and my homies is at work, I can't, like, at this point in time, like, we've moved out of the hood of just, like, chilling in your neighborhood, just chilling at your boy's crib. So it was like, damn, we need a place in Buffalo that, like, you could just kick it. Like, you could go for culture, you could go for refreshments, you could go for a vibe. And, like, all the, you know, not no knock to the cafes in Buffalo. We got some pretty cool mom and pop joints, but at the time, it just wasn't. Spot Coffee didn't speak to me like that. You know, like, these things didn't speak to me. And I started doing some research on cafes. Then I started learning, like, where they came from. And a little bit of history of cafes. It started, like, roughly, like, 1300s, 1400s in, like, Europe and like the middle of Africa, and it basically was like trade houses where people would come and they would go and they would trade from different countries, and you had like African merchants, Arabic merchants, and this is like around the time they teach you about the fucking Golden Triangle, all that shit in school that didn't make no sense to us back then. But as I started getting into like the knowledge of it, it started making more sense. Like, damn, this is just places where people go, they smoke, like how people go smoke hookah. They just there chilling, vibing, and it became an etiquette, it became a culture. So when I learned that, I'm like, oh, this is fire. So that was where the ideal started from. And again, like it's kind of metamorphed itself into different things. Like right now, we're kind of into the merchandise aspect of it. But that, I guess that's the billboard for it, but that isn't the end-all be-all. You know what I mean? Like, that's just the billboard for Starbucks to go to, basically. You know, These are just the cups.
So what do you plan like on doing eventually then?
Man, big cafe is like something that is going to go on past me, just because it's bigger than me. And that's one thing this brand has taught me, like it's way bigger than me. But just some of the plans, I mean, we're going to open up a brick and mortar, hopefully by 2023. With COVID, it kind of shut down a lot of plans because we want to like have an arraignment of assortments that you can't find nowhere else. And with shipping and logistics and all that, it gets a little tricky. And I don't want to like just, because this is something new for me. You know, I'm learning into food and hospitality. Like, I got a background in fashion and clothes, but I got taste. So because of that, it helps me explore shit that I never thought I would, like food and all that aspect. So brick and mortar is like the next big step for cafe. But right now, we just looking at like collabs. We got a couple collabs coming and just getting more visual, you know. I like that people is recognizing it so much. So now it kind of allows me to fast forward the plan a little forward.
I feel like it's everywhere in Buffalo. It's hard to miss.
That's 100%, dude.
Yeah, no, that shit is fucking everywhere. Then when we went on tour with Griselda, I at least seen 2 to 3 people in the first like row or two of every city that I went to. I was like looking to see, and it would be at least like 1 or 2. So that was dope. So shout out to everybody who's like just participating in this cafe universe.
It's dope.
Like it's become like progressively over the past couple of years. I swear I'll go anywhere in the city and I'll see at least one piece somewhere.
Usually hats. You sell mostly hats?
Yeah, so with cafe, it started out when we started putting it on clothing. It started out as just trucker hats. I was into like Von Dutch hats, shit like that, because I couldn't wear fitteds at the time because my hair was growing. So I'm like, shit, I'm gonna just throw a trucker on. And after the first colorway, we did a white and black one, and that kind of like, so I've been making clothes. If people aren't familiar, I designed for Buffalo Kids as well as my own brand called CafeCZEN. So I've been doing things in the community in Buffalo for the last maybe 5-6 years. That has been like publicly, you know, trading and shit. We did pop-ups at the Cellar. That's how I'm cool with Adam, and you know, all these things like that. So over time, my fashion, my designs have progressed. With cafe, it's so simple, but it's so complex. It encompasses everything. You could match it with everything. So once I started seeing people like just be on it, I'm like, I don't even make hats. Like, I wear hats, but I don't like it's just a hat. You know what I mean? But people were like, no, I want this fucking hat. Every color you got, make new colors. We don't care about shit else. We want this hat. So, like, all right, fuck it. I'm gonna just do it. Cause after a while, like, if you know me, I don't like to like hoard things out. You know what I mean? Like, I like things with prestige. I don't like to, like, you know, there's a reason why there's not, like, a Goodfellas 2 where, like, there's, like, a fucking, whatever sequel to your favorite that should, you know, those sequels is like,
Yeah. Oversaturation and shit.
Then there's a third one. It's like, fuck, why do you keep, so it's like, I like to keep all my designs fresh. But with cafe, because it's bigger than just the design, I was able to, like, you know, put in different hats, different colors. And then we started to go into clothing. This year will be our first full-length collection of clothing that'll feature different graphics and things like that under the cafe umbrella. So, yeah, with the hats, it's fucking everywhere. Shout out to all the people. Shout out to my Wix and my Shopify dinging all the yeah, there go another one.
It's the best feeling, isn't it?
No, it is, man. It definitely, the bills is getting paid with that one. Facts, but yeah.
So I feel like, personally, with like West Side Gun, Benny, Conway, all those dudes rocking your stuff, that kind of like just trickled down into the city, and that's why a lot of people. For the people out there, like, how did you make those connections initially?
Well, shout out to bro and Benny, Conway. West's birthday was yesterday. So again, I'm kind of because I got so many names, my story is kind of like broken up into like the timeline of my names and shit. So if you go back to Busy B, which is like my childhood name, that's just, the mayor knows me as Busy, like that type shit. So like I've always been making music. I've always been in the community. I've always been a fashion little kid that was known for his style, things of that. I've always been progressive. So I've always been a kid that was like, if you come to Buffalo, if you know about Buffalo, you go on the east side, you know about that kid. So when I was younger, I used to listen to I used to listen to Conway and Benny, like in high school and shit. Conway, he was like always like one of the best rappers in Buffalo. And then Benny, he was from a neighborhood that I was associated with. So when I was growing up, I used to hear about them. And then fast forward 2012, is me, my partner Jay Skis, which is like my musical partner. We got a group called First Class. So at the time it was like us, Rick High from BSF, who was with a group called Well Fed. There was another group called Loyalty ENT, and there was a few other like people around the city, Mile High, just different acts that was coming up. This is around like the Wiz, Spitter, Currency days, the Kid Cudi, so it was like a real hip hop like presence in Buffalo, but it wasn't the internet. So 2012 comes, Wes gets out. He may be out of jail for like a year now, and he comes into Villa, where the sneaker store, and Skis, my friend Jay Skis, he was the manager of it. So gave him a CD. At the time, we kind of like the only people in Buffalo that's talking about fashion and shit. So when we heard this, the Hitler One, we was like, who the fuck is this dude? Like, we never heard of him before. He was associated with people we knew, but we didn't know him. He was older than us. So we was like, all right. But it was like, if you would have known, like, this came out of fucking nowhere. Like, what the fuck? So shortly after, my cousin Camouflage Monk, who was the producer for Griselda, he moved to Atlanta. And when he moved to Atlanta, he met them. And then we got acquainted. So when Wes would come to Buffalo, we a link. And we just built a relationship. And then we did a song called Satin Jackets, which was like one of his first like features, because he wasn't really doing features outside of his camp. And after that, we kind of really just got tight, and I would be traveling, doing all these shows out of town. I would be going to South by Southwest, just like trying to make it happen for Buffalo. And he was like one of the only people that was on them routes, just moving around. So we just built a relationship. And then over time, I got introduced to Conway, and then we just got cool. So I've been rocking with them since, like, I was there when, like, Griselda was created, like, because it was a clothing brand. Yeah. As he said. So it was like I was there when it was just an ideal, but I always had my own thing going on. So I never looked at it like, let me just hop on. It was like, I'm going to meet you there because, like, I'm a man. I want to hold my own weight. You know what I mean? So I always rock with them and stuff like that. So fast forward, when they put the hats on and shit, we already buzzing within the city just because it's like, cool hat, then people know me. But then once they start wearing it, more they fan base came through, the outskirts that only know about Buffalo through them, because we got a lot of towns like Batavia, fucking Lockport, that don't really know about the city, but, they might got some friends or play sports out there or, come to the city, shit like that. So that was able to, like, help them get acquainted with the inner city, too, because I see a bunch of kids from all these little suburbs that I named that's now in the city, that's integrated into into Buffalo. Because before it wasn't like that. Like, it wasn't like that. So we got a great melting pot, and I think the hat just represent, like, that melting pot of people and where we come from and shit. You feel me?
Right, like, when a couple years ago when I first got introduced to you just down at the cellar, like, I followed you back on Instagram, and I had, like, the hardest time for a while, like, trying to figure out, like, what exactly you do, because you have your, like, hand in so many different of everything, and just hearing you talk for like 20 minutes now, I'm like, damn, like you got to be a busy guy to do all this shit.
Yo, man, I mean, hence my name being busy. It's like shit writes itself, but I mean, I'm learning how to manage all my time more. But like, yeah, I do a lot, and I've been doing a lot for like the longest, and like my catalog is extensive in different realms. Like I said, I went to school for I got a degree in criminal psychology. And then I went to fashion design with a minor in art history. Like mad random shit,
Just
bro.
all over.
Just because I didn't want to take the traditional route. That's
Right.
it. Like, because I chose to stand over here, it took me to all this random ass shit that I look back and I'm like, damn, I could have had it way easier.
Yeah.
But it made me this extensive. It made me. You feel me? Cafe was created from that elaborate, all that shit that just could have been one color. You know what I mean? So yeah, facts. Facts. I forgot about that. We did meet at that.
Oh yeah, all the time. Like I'd be there just chilling, doing something. It was a long time ago though, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm like, for the longest time, I'm like, damn, what does he do? He's just all over. I'm like,
yeah, because people say that a lot. Like, I don't know exactly what you do. Or like music. Some people only know me for fashion.
yeah,
Some people only know me for music. Some people like don't know what the fuck I do, and they just like, this guy just be around. So I'm in a phase of like trying to articulate like all that I do.
right.
You know what I mean? And cafe is like the way to do it. Yeah, that's the way to do it, because it's a way that I can house all of this wild shit that I got. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Now, does that ever get like hard to manage? Like, do you ever get not say stressed out, but just like, damn, like what do I got to do? Like, do you have like a good way of managing it, or have over the past couple of years, have you found like a good method to really handle everything that's going on? Like, no. So it's just, you're just still going crazy. All right, that's how I operate too, because I think him and I have our hands in a lot of different things at this point.
I'm still trying to find my balance. Like I find it at times. I do find it, but I feel like because I'm always striving for new levels, it's like, y'all watch Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah.
No.
All right, so you remember, this is like, I could explain it way different, but I just want to take it this way.
Okay.
So you know when they go to different planets and the gravity change?
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like, all right, on this shit, I might be balanced. Like on the level that somebody else is living, I might have that shit down pat. But then on like trying to scale a company to a multi-million-dollar company, that's a different terrain I ain't never been on. So now I'm trying to balance that. And then, like, even with music or, like, being more popular now, like, I don't look at myself as famous, but, like, I'm known.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
it's like, I go to other places and people know me, and I be like, what the fuck? So sometimes I got to realize, yo, you can't move around like how you used to. Like, you can't just, like, you might see me in the middle of Los Angeles, like at a grocery store.
Really?
Yeah, like, bro, I go grocery shopping in other places. Or like, I was in Atlanta, and like, if we got, I'm sure, you know, we got watchers and followers all around the world. So if we got any in Atlanta, I was in a street called Moreland, which is not like a place. I'm just riding a bike, like going to this place called Hattie B's. It's not the place you ride a bike at, but I'm just like, I explore, I can't help it. And then I realize sometimes, like, I might be at a store and I have my mask on during COVID, and somebody come up to me like, yo, you Billie Essco? Like, how the fuck? Like, what the fuck? How did you even know that? So it's like, I'm learning more and more. So balance is something I like. I'm stressed all the time, but when I get to do shit like this, then it showed me like, damn, you doing something. You know what I mean? Definitely. So it work itself out. You know, it work itself out. Facts.
It's just it's the main concept of like staying like connected with so many different things and not just staying on one path. Like I found like, dude, Matt, we did a couple different podcasts in the past week. Just everybody we've done lately is just, or anybody from Buffalo that is like we've had on is mixed with so many different things when you really think about it.
Facts.
Which is like, I don't know. It just goes to show, like, don't like, and you can stick to one thing, like you were saying, or just that normal route. But like everybody's in different things. All these guys over here are in different things. It's crazy.
I feel like it's necessary though to like network and level up.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely is. You never know who you could meet. Like, I never knew, like, besides all the cool shit we do, I never knew, like, how cool of a person and a good friend Adam is. Or, like, Nick. Or, like, you know, meeting people and then, like, building relationships with, like, my cousin Akil is a part of Legacy House. And that came through affiliation I had with Adam. And they clicked. You know what I mean? So it's like, those connections, sky's the limit. Because the thing about Buffalo is, like, we got a crazy anomaly. We live in one of the most segregated places in America, yet we are here.
Right.
This is living proof that you can be past that. And, like, genuine relationships, like, fuck the cameras, like, y'all see me in person, we all cool.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, you see the connections where it be the girl from East Aurora in the trap. I done seen girls from East Aurora in the fucking, like, what are you doing? But and they're comfortable and they're safe and they're chilling. And then I see other people. So it's interesting that we live in a place where, like, it could be so racist, it could be so crazy, but then you could have, like, friendships. Right. With, like, different races. So I think that the artistry-wise and the networking could help alleviate that situation, because it's an example of what is possible. Like, it ain't just talk about it. It's like, no, we literally live amongst this. Like, the East Side is crazy. Like, we're in an area where, like, undisclosed, but, like, down the street, like, I know people that died. Like, from stupid gang shit. Like, not even gang shit, but just stupid kids getting in on bullshit, right? But the progression of that, the people who made it out, the neighborhoods that changed, things like that. So I feel like everything is an example of either what is to come for good or bad. And I think that we have an opportunity to really, like, show shit. Like, bro, we really, like, pass all that shit. You know what I mean? Like, but it's still, we still live in a place that it exists. So it's
definitely, it's
something that's like it's like a crazy challenge, but it's ill that we got all these people that could really help. And I think the world don't see that, because they see Buffalo and they now getting used to it. But, like, look at the Bills. It's no coincidence that the Bills is the way the Bills is. Like, you think about Josh Allen's Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
Diggs from, like, fucking DMV area. I didn't even know he was from the place he from. He from a real place. Then you got Josh Allen. Where you go to college at?
California.
No,
Wyoming. I'm sorry.
He went to Wyoming.
Grew up in California.
Chill out. Wyoming. But he was a farmer in California.
Exposed.
He was. I didn't even know he's a farmer. I thought that was just his.
He was a pistachio farmer in California when growing up.
Is that the wait? I seen what's the name today though. Is that the real shit?
That is 100% true.
Wow.
That is 100%.
Because you know they got the I seen on, what is it? I was about to say Vine, TikTok, when they be like, "What do you do for a living?" They be saying bullshit. He was really a farmer.
Yeah, he really was a farmer.
So see that dynamic. That's why he fit so perfect in Buffalo. Because he fit the culture. Like, I didn't even know that, but I just knew from his structure, just paying attention to people. So you think of that dynamic and how they work on the field. That's the same shit that we doing. You know what I mean? So it's like, we win the fucking Super Bowl. We burning shit down. I promise you, bro. I swear to God. We burning shit. Yo, oh my God. Just think about how drunk y'all gonna be. I already know.
Oh my God, it's gonna be wild, I'll tell you.
Just think, like, how drunk y'all gonna be. If the Bills...
I'm gonna need this guy to carry me downtown.
Me carry you? Are you carrying? Someone's gonna carry both of us.
Right. Producer Mark can carry. Yeah,
you're carrying right in the bed of the truck.
Yo,
you're gonna be in the bed with
the truck.
Yo,
we're gonna be crawling to the
city, man. But yeah, son. Shout out the Bills, man.
Yes. So this just dawned on me. It's not really to do with the Bills, but Dion Summerfest. I saw you down there. You had ice cream. What was it? What's that about? Let's touch on that.
Damon's Luxury Ice Cream. So one of my best friends, one of my brothers, my boy Dame, a couple years ago, he just took it upon himself to start making ice cream. And like, I didn't even know, I never like knew nobody that made ice cream. I didn't think to make ice cream. And I don't know his process, but I know it doesn't have like it don't got like milk in it, cause you like, you know, milk ain't.
Yeah.
So it's different options. Some come with like almond milk. And then people for allergies, he got milk-free joints. And he's been exploring flavors for like the last 2 years. And when I tell you, he did Logan, and he gets into like sherbets now. So he did Loganberry lemonade.
Ooh.
He did peach cobbler. Like, which, if you know anything about peach cobbler, I don't know how the hell you make that into ice cream.
No.
But, dog, that shit is crazy, bro. So, yeah, my boy Dane's Luxury Ice Cream. You can look it up. Website, you can order. They got subscriptions. So, you do, like, monthly subscriptions. And you get, I think, like 4 a month. Or they got different packages. But, yeah, and that's the thing. We trying to shift the culture in different ways. But food is very important.
Oh, yeah, definitely here.
You feel me? Food is, because we eat, like, Buffalo got great food, but then we eat, like, we eat crazy sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's like we need balance, like, especially in my community, because, like, bro, a part of the cafe shit came from me loving smoothies, because I never had a smoothie until I was, like, 24.
Really?
Never.
Okay.
Now, like, I'm pretty sure other people probably in my community had smoothies. I didn't. But then when I started to look around, I'm like, damn, if I want a smoothie, I gotta go to either my school, which had Jamba Juice. So I found out, like, shout out to Jamba Juice, you know. But then it was nothing else. Like, it was no other place I could get smoothies. So I bought a NutriBullet, started getting fresh fruits. Start getting into that. But I started realizing, like, damn, I can't even go around the corner. I go around the corner and get a lot of shit. I can't get a smoothie. So the community need, like, better food and options. So this is just a way. So with ice cream, a lot of people love ice cream.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
feel me? Ben and Jerry's ain't been on a... Have they dropped a new flavor? I feel like...
I have no idea. You know?
Remember they used to really, like, publicize the flavors?
They
like,
would,
we all
yeah.
knew about Ben and Jerry. Like, oh, they dropped Snickerdoodle Crunch.
I have no idea. I couldn't tell you.
Last thing I know they dropped was the shoes.
That's some
but
random shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. The
It's definitely
donks.
gonna be one of y'all most random podcasts. I
That's
tell
cool,
you,
though.
they gonna
We
be
like
like, he talk a lot.
That's honestly how a lot of them end up. We prefer to just like shoot the shit rather than like have like a structure to everything, because it's just, I feel like,
A lot of people come with like a checklist of like questions they want to ask.
Yeah.
I just kind of come in like free balling.
Yeah.
He has like a little bit of structure. He's like my balance, and then like I try to balance
a little
off
bit
him.
like we do the intro and then we just let it fly.
Typically.
I like it.
I feel like it's more natural.
Yeah, definitely.
I like that. I like it.
That's what the people like too.
That's a fact.
But I know, here we go. Here's a topic point.
There you go. Let's get it.
No, it just popped into my head. You went to Paris, correct?
Yes.
And that was like
We.
when, like 20. Was that before like COVID? or
Right
something?
before COVID. Like,
So you got like the last hoorah. And,
yes,
Okay.
bro. I seen life. I'm so happy. I think if I wouldn't have been, you talk about stressed and depressed. Oh, if I didn't go to Paris, I don't know what type of person I would be now. Ooh, but no, yeah. I went to Paris. Shit was crazy. You know, I was spoken about it before, but basically, this is January 2020. At the time, I'm coming off of a birthday.
Damn, so that was like right before.
Yeah, right, literally, like right before. Shit is all crazy. Like, I was staying at the Aloft at the time. They had just built the Aloft Hotel downtown.
Yep.
And I just I thought it was so dope to have like a hotel downtown, and like, I used to play basketball. They used to have like a Christian center there.
Okay.
I used to play basketball in there. And so I just was staying there. I ended up staying there for like a month. So I was on my like Kanye at the Mercer trying to record my next album. And it was a Thursday, and Wes called me, and we were talking about some stuff, and I was putting him in contact with some people, and then he had just got his passport. So I'm like, yo, that's dope, because like, you know, your situation, that's crazy. So I'm like, you know, shout out to you. So he like, we just talking about where, you know, what you could do, the possibilities, and Fashion Week came up. And he like, I'm going next week. And I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, wait, hold on. He like, I'm going next week. And it was Thursday. He like, I'm going Monday or Friday. I'm like, what? Now, I've been wanting to go to Fashion Week forever, so it was just like, but I couldn't because I was in school and other shit just was popping up every time I try to go. So I'm like, fuck it, man. If I get my passport, I'll go. And then I end up having a show that Saturday, and the show ended up being crazy. It was Essco and Friends. It was the first one. We was about to do a series. So the first one was a success. Mad people came out and end up going downtown, getting my passport. They end up giving to me the same day.
Really?
How the fuck? She was God. Yeah, same day. I tried to get it that Friday, and I came too late. I'm thinking you get in a week.
Right, something like that.
So I'm like, all right, bet. I told Wes, if I get in a week, I'll meet you there like Friday. I'm not thinking he going to no shows. I'm just thinking he out there for Fashion Week. My whole intention was like, go out to Fashion Week. We the only Americans out here with the other Americans.
Yeah,
do the same shit.
Right.
You feel me? So I'm like, fuck it. We go out there, we just finesse. Then got my passport that Monday, ended up booking my ticket right after. Like, got my passport, applied at 9, picked it up at 12, bought my ticket at 1, drove to Toronto, got to Toronto at like 4:30, fucking checked into my flight. And then
Holy shit.
Next day I was in Paris. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
That's crazy.
Everybody thought I was still at home because I had just did the show.
Yeah.
So I end up, going. And then when I got there, then that's when, everything opened up. Like, I didn't know nothing about, what was going on. I had my own, intentions of, we just gonna be out here and just, shit gonna come, but not knowing, we going to these shows. First thing we go to is, an off-white fitting. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, you got shit planned. So I'm like, all right, bet we go. First person I see on the board is Audie. Y'all know Audie?
I do not know.
Where? Y'all know Audie? Audie from Buffalo. He from Easter Road. He from Buffalo. He a model.
The crazy...
Bizarre, yeah.
Crazy dude, bald dude,
yo,
yeah.
Bro, Audie is fucking ill, bro. Audie is a legend,
okay,
son.
Yeah.
He is like a child prodigy. Ill dude, he a model artist, but... he was he been modeling for big brands and shit. He been going crazy. At this point, he modeled for literally every brand.
I remember watching him come up too.
Model crazy. So when I seen that, I'm like, oh shit, that's my man Audie. So they looking at me first they thinking it's just Wes coming. So they looking, we talking. So I'm talking about Audie. We get to talking about shit, and then it's crazy because when we was leaving, when we was coming in, Pop Smoke was walking out, and at the time he just came out, so we didn't know what he looked like. Mm-hmm. So then they was we seen his name on the list. So that was Pop Smoke. I'm like, what the fuck? So then the next day we go to the Off-White show, and then that's when everything got crazy. Everything was just fucking. We get outside and it's just hundreds of cameras, and we like this the scene at the time. When we walk up, it's Wes with mad jewelry on, with a fucking ski mask, and I got a beret on with this bright jacket on, this off-white jacket. That's crazy. And then man, we proceeded to just be Buffalo and Paris. We was just, that shit was fun as fuck, man. And even at the time, it wasn't clicking to me. What I was really doing.
You're just living
I was just in it, and then because I'm just still amazed that I'm here. I'm fuck.
Did you get to walk through the Louvre and stuff?
No, it's crazy. We was outside the Louvre. We never did no tour. I didn't get to see nothing in Paris, bro. Bro, I didn't get to see nothing. We got to see the Eiffel, but every time it would light up at night, we would always miss it. Like it would be, I think it do it every hour or right before midnight. It just starts shining.
Yeah,
like
crazy.
Fucking diamonds. That shit is crazy. Just to see that, I'm like, yo, we really in Paris. When I seen that, I'm like, okay. And then we got Wi-Fi, and then that's when we was able to see like the reaction in the pictures, and then it was like. That's why when we ended up going to the studio, because we was out there for like 8 days. So we went to the studio, that's when 327, that's when I'll Pray for Paris was made. Okay. Just through that experience and just like being there. That shit was, if you haven't been to Paris, man, like go. Obviously, like COVID, it changed it a little bit, but they still kind of move the way they move, but just like, I implore everybody to go. I was on the subways out there. Like, again, I do random shit.
Yeah.
I hopped the train in fucking Paris just because I'm like, it almost got stuck. And I'm like, if I get caught in Paris, I'm going to be a dickhead, bro. Like, I'm going to be a real dickhead. They going to be tight. But yeah, man, I implore everybody to go and explore the world, man. See what's out there. So yeah, shout out to Paris. And now I'm escargot. I love Paris, man. We got down there, yo, pray that shit like the national anthem out there, bro. Like, they play that shit religiously. So shout out to everybody in Paris, man. All my peoples.
Yeah. Was that the same time I saw on your Instagram, it's your pinned picture, you met Virgil?
Yup. Yeah, that was it.
Same trip?
Yup, same trip.
How was that experience?
That shit was crazy. Like, you know, long live Virgil, man, for real. Like, Virgil is, I mean, obviously at this point people know the impact, but just seeing him as a person, I had the opportunity to run into him before at ComplexCon, and I had the chance to, like, you know, talk to him and shit, but at the time I was so headstrong on, like, I didn't want to just sell myself to people. At the time I felt like, if I'm going to talk to people, I want to be able to present something or just be able to stand on my own. I don't want to tell you, like, yo, I'm such and such from somewhere. But I implore everybody, like, when you get the opportunity to make yourself known in this world, do so. You feel me? Do so, no matter how uncomfortable it could be. So later, I got the chance to meet him again. And it was different because now I was introduced to him. But it was same mutual respect and love, and then like we kicked it with him throughout the day a little bit, and then went to his party, and it was just like, you know, he was a busy man moving around, but just to be around that shit and to just see. And then afterwards we kept in contact briefly through like texts and shit like that. So it was dope to be able to like go from like a thought of a person to being cool with it. Like, oh, he know me, you know, you cool. So that shit was dope, you know. So
that's an experience that I feel like a lot of people would want to have, but not many people even got the chance like that. Yeah, man, that is some legendary shit, you know.
Yeah, man. Like, that's why I try to like keep that in mind, because it is like a crazy opportunity to have. Like, you feel me? And I know my capabilities, so it's like, but just to experience that, it's like, yeah, man, that shit was dope, bro. Like, that shit was definitely dope, because it just showed me that I knew what the fuck I was talking about.
Right.
It was certain shit that I would say, and he'd be like, yeah, that's actually facts. And I'd be like, I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. Fucking knew it. And I'm a kid from Buffalo, you feel me? So it's like, oh yeah, nah, you could be from anywhere as long as you know, you hold prominence in yourself. You know? So yeah, man. Long live Virgil.
That's dope.
Do you think college helped you at all with like your career now?
Yeah, it definitely did. It made me a lot. Like, for one, it taught me Photoshop and shit. Like, it taught me how to work the computer on that level. Like, I always would fuck around with shit like MySpace days, shit like that. But it helped me actually, like, the teachers taught me. And then, like, it taught me, I was able to do like fashion shows there. So that actually taught me how to get deeper into fashion. That's why I said before, like, a hat, just a hat. Cause like, I know how to make collections. Like, so a hat to me is like minuscule. That's like a single to an album.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
I listen to albums.
Definitely, yeah. You like the project aspect of things.
Yeah, of things instead of just like playlisting shit. So college definitely helped me. It taught me mad shit, bro. I took mad random classes that you fucking, bro. I took Chinese.
It's expanding the horizons, bro.
For the fucking language, because I should have took like Italian or Spanish, but I'm like, at the time, like, Spanish is cliche.
Yeah, oh yeah, I feel like everybody does Spanish.
I'm like, I ain't want to learn French, but I should have took French.
I was gonna say French wasn't on there.
Yeah, French was on there. I don't know why the fuck. I'm just like Chinese, and my homegirl was taking. I'm like, you know what, fuck it. Took that shit for like 2 years.
Really?
Facts.
Damn.
And then I took like I took a shit called ancient philosophy. Talked about like Plato and like Aristotle. So I learned shit from them, like Western philosophy. Took Eastern philosophy classes, art history, mad random shit that like when you look at my transcript, it's like, bro, again, you made this shit mad high. I could have graduated in 5 years. But I was taking so many classes that fashion came last. In my last year, I took Photoshop, Illustrator, all these computer programming classes to learn how to actually make the shit.
Right.
So when you see Cafe, like I designed the logo. Like,
Okay.
I made all the logos. Me and Tris, shout out to my partner Tris, like we made all the logos for like CafeCZEN and shit. So we do everything in-house, top to
Okay.
bottom. So yeah, man, college definitely helped me a lot, man. Shout out to college. I made a lot of friends.
Yeah.
I learned about New York because I met New York kids, and they started letting me come to their spots.
Okay.
They took me around New York. So now I be in New York, like, I'm from there. So shit showed me a lot. Like, it ain't for everybody, and I made some money off college. So
Yeah,
it's
I
just-
feel like you went to college for the right reasons, because like that argument comes up all the time, like college isn't worth it, but you did so much extra shit that you didn't need to. Like you didn't take a traditional approach, and you weren't like you wanted to do it.
No, let me be clear. I hated fucking college.
Okay.
And I hated
Okay.
and I was stressed the whole time. Like, all I wanted to do was just be able to create all day.
Okay.
It was just, I didn't want to work a job.
Right.
And I worked jobs. I worked at Finish Line, Street Game, Tim Hortons, all type of Walmart. That was when I was like, fuck jobs. I worked at Walmart. I'm like, man, fuck this shit, bro. So I'd work job, but I was just like, nah. And school kept me able to just, because if not, like, you know, in Buffalo, like, most people go straight to work right after high school.
Yeah.
They get a job. Like, most of my homies work for the city. They got good jobs. Like, and I could never get them. Like, they just would never hire me. I'll apply. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll just do school, man. But I hated that shit, bro. I fucking hated school.
You
like,
happy you did it?
Hell yeah, because
Okay.
all the shit I gained from it.
See?
And it, like, at times it was cool, but it, like, overall in fucking classes, waking up early
It's
as
draining.
hell.
It's draining as shit.
One semester, I took 8 classes one semester.
Oh my fucking
Yes,
god.
bro.
Really
like,
keep up with 4.
Fucking
Oh my
crazy,
God.
like 8, bro. And I had a 9 to 1 class on a Friday.
Oh, on
Yo,
Bro.
bro. 9, right. Yo, your
No
face,
way.
bro. Like,
Hell no.
9 to 1
Hell
on a
no.
Friday. Like, bro, what the fuck? I had to, so, shit was, man, it was fucking crazy. But, yeah, college definitely helped me a lot, man. That shit. And I feel like it bring people together. Like, it
Yeah.
show you different people that you don't normally meet on a day-to-day basis. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah.
I feel like that's the only thing I got out of college, honestly.
Friends?
It's like networking.
What
Yeah.
college you went to?
I went to Edinburgh.
Okay, I know what that shit is.
Yeah, PA.
It's just like I find it interesting because like that is such a big argument. Like we've even talked about it how many times on this podcast. It's such a big
It
argument.
depends what you go for, right?
Yeah, and like you went for like different things. Like you just said you took Chinese for Christ's sake. Like shit, you didn't even need to.
Yeah, that shit was, oh,
You do a
it's
cafe logo in Chinese.
yeah. I did. So we did a collection a couple years ago. It was called Kim's Kitchen, and we did like, because the theory is it's always a Chinese restaurant in the hood. I don't know why, Them shits be good too. I can't front. They make some of the best chicken wings, bro. Yo, so it was like Kill's Kitchen's uptown spot, blah, blah. So we did that. But yeah, we about to start. I just did a patch. So we about to start doing a series.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh, yeah. So like we got the Cappuccino Bowl.
Okay.
You did Cappuccino Bowl Coffee Cup Classic. You dig? So yeah, we about to explore this. Yeah, I got some ideas.
That's dope.
Yeah,
you definitely have your own style, which I love. Like, not even just like the clothes themselves, but like how you portray everything on social media, and like how you do like the shoots and the videos and stuff like that. It's just super dope.
I appreciate
But I feel like it also reflects in your music a little bit too, which is super cool.
Definitely.
It's kind of the same vibe almost.
I appreciate that. So let me I'm asking a question. What you think, because you brought up Where in the World is Billie Essco. What did you think of it? Like, as a listener to a person that you just listening to, what did you think of it?
I liked it. Honestly, like, we're going to the Dominican soon, and I feel like that's an album I could fucking play on repeat, like sitting by the pool or on the beach or something. Like, that's that type of shit, honestly. And me, like myself, normally, like when I'm rolling around in the car or something, I'm like slapping 21 Savage or something like that. You know what I mean?
Drill.
But I feel like
Heavy 808s and
some Pop Smoke and shit like that. But
Straight
no, I
drill,
feel like your shit is definitely like chill music.
Yeah, no, that shit's
Yeah,
dope.
it's got a different vibe, but like everything from Buffalo's like a different vibe, and it's all like encompasses like the city and the culture in itself. Everybody has their own move, and you don't sound like anyone, and no one sounds like you, unless they're biting off you. You know.
I appreciate that. Yeah, no, Buffalo definitely got a crazy, eclectic place of different sounds. Like, we got people that match. Like, everybody, like, from the industry, we got a person that, like, kind of match that in different ways. It's kind of cool and shit. So I'm exploring more now, too. Like, I was just talking to my boy Mitch Arizona, who, like, my best friend, also, like, he produced, like, majority of my music. We were just talking about, like, want to make some more songs we could perform, like, that's really, like, that's gonna fucking hit. Because back in the day, that's what the type of shit we used to play. Like, we used to rap on people beats that was slapping 808s and all these trap heavy beats, but our style is just us. Like, how I talk is how I rap. Like, my lifestyle is, like, the shit I'm wearing will be talked about in the rap, like,
right.
Guarantee. You know what I mean? So I try to just stay true to who I am, and that's what come out. You know what I mean? Like, my mood, my life, like, yeah, being on the beach, like, play Chocolate when you on the beach, like, fire, got the ocean sounds in the background, like, play it on the way to the beach, get you in the vibe, like, play Dinner in Wynwood when you getting dressed. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to make music that set a vibe. You know, that word is, like, overly used, but I'm really trying to create, like, a space for us to dwell in, like, some cool shit, you feel me? Go grab your chick, like you talking about Nick slapping asses, like, you feel me? Like, that type shit, like, you get your girl, you ready, you on the beach, vibing, whatever you doing, like, type of music like that. So, yeah, man. Part 2 is coming soon.
How soon?
Very soon. Before the summer's over.
Ooh.
Yeah, definitely before the summer's over. It's the In My Mind, so, like, that was in the world. So it sounds, if you hear it, it's different cities, and this one is being back home. It's in my mind, like, where is Billie Essco? You feel me? Sometimes I be here. So I'm excited to, we got this show coming up the 30th of July. Fucking at Larkin Square.
Okay.
In the Spotlight series. Put it together. So yeah, so that's coming up. Then we got the Drumwork Festival.
Okay.
We got Both Flow. And then we got a show with Free Music Party. Y'all familiar with Free Music Party?
No.
Them kids is fucking fire. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, them kids.
Nick's over there. Yeah.
They all ill, but Kevin's... Word? Yeah, bro. They ill, man. Kevin, Eddie, Apollo, like, them boys is talented. So, yeah, we got a show with them on the 27th at the Town Ballroom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that joint gonna be crazy.
Cool.
That joint gonna be crazy. So that's 27th, Both Flow the 28th. And then,
all over the map, then.
Yeah, man.
Hella
you
shit
feel
going.
me? Where in the world is Billie Essco, man? You gotta come find out.
Busy.
You feel me? Busy bee.
So, like, when you're making music, like, is there, like, I don't know, do you, like, just casually, like, you're in the mood and you'll do it? Or, like, you have to sit down for, like, and, like, zone yourself in for, like, a couple months? Or is it just, like, shit, I woke up feeling a mood today, I gotta do a couple things, but then I'm gonna record some music? Like, how do you go about it? Because you're so wrapped with so many different things, you know what I mean?
It'd be like a mood. A lot of times I'll record music in LA. So
Okay.
I'll just like, or sometimes if I gotta record some shit, I'll do it at my house. But if not, I'll just compile a bunch of shit. Like when I'm working on a project, and then I might rent studios out here, but then I'll just go to LA, and that's when I'll like lay down my shit. I like to record out there.
Is it, like, the setting out there that gets you in the...
Yeah, it's for one, the way the studios is so many, they like fairly cheap to rent. So I be renting sessions for like 20. Like I could rent a session for 24 hours there, and pay that equivalent to like paying like 8 hours here.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Really?
so it's like
I feel like there's probably is there like
because there's so many of them.
Saturated,
Yeah,
right?
so many. So it's like in the company that I go through, Neighborhood Watch, they just got they like an Airbnb for studios.
Okay.
So I
Cool.
go on there and get shit right, and I just zone out. I mean, obviously the weed,
Yeah.
you know, and then yeah, it's LA, the time. So now I feel like I don't like it's whatever time it is, probably like 8 o'clock right now.
Virgin, yeah.
There it's 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I could do it 8 to 8 and then still had a whole day left or still had a night left. So I like to go to LA. But I'm trying to find a new place. I think I'm on Miami.
New place?
Yeah, because like going to LA, the travel is crazy. And having to wait to go to LA
Yeah.
or just to travel there, like I'd rather just find like a nice little East Coast spot.
Okay. A
I'm
little bit
thinking
closer
like,
and shit. Yeah.
like Miami. Somewhere I need beach or water.
Beach
I
or
need water. Yeah,
Okay.
that shit helps me.
Miami's been a hub lately. I feel
Miami,
like
everybody's been in Miami lately, yeah.
popping lately
Miami
with
got
shit.
some money down there.
Oh my god, dude.
Miami, I'm trying to
OD.
Miami got money down there. All that tech, all the crypto, you know, Brickle, all that shit, the art money crazy. So we doing Art Basel this year too. So we gonna be in Miami. Facts. Shout out to my Miami people.
And it's pretty close to Atlanta, which is also another hub.
Yeah, facts. Shout out to the A. I was in the A a while ago, like 2014. It's funny because 21 Savage, like, y'all know who Key is?
Key?
Yeah, Key.
Nah.
Ooh, y'all gotta look up Key. Key is like, he is the like, damn. I don't even know the comparison, but like basically he like the underground legend of Atlanta. Like all the sounds that's out, that's Key.
Okay.
Like he kind of like along with like, you know, Future and shit.
Yeah.
But 21 Savage was him and another dude named Man Savage. They came up around Key. And like when we was down there, like when I was with Wes, like meeting him going to A3C and shit, I remember we went to a show and I was with my boy Haji Films that do all like AUG videos for Rocky and shit. And we was in Atlanta and we randomly see like Key walking past. We didn't know him at the time, and there was these two dudes with him. And I just will never forget the dagger tattoo. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And they looking like, got on stage, he rapped, like not that many people knew who he was then. And then maybe like 2 summers later, he put out the Slaughter tape, the mixtape shit. And then from there, he just started bubbling. And I'm just like, damn, I seen this dude, like, I got so many stories like that, but it's just crazy because it's like, yo, dude really became, like, huge. So, yeah, shout out to 21 Savage.
I saw something that, like, he didn't even want to rap at first. Like, he was like protection for dudes in the city.
That's what I'm saying. He was with Key. Like, you did? Like, you feel what I seen? I said, okay. And I'm like, because it was him and it was this other dude, you feel me? And I remember both of them. They both had the tats. I'm like, I ain't never see that at the time. Only other person I seen it with that on some young dudes was like, probably like Rest His Soul Fredo.
Okay.
From Chicago, like, but that, and like people in DC. But we don't, Buffalo, like, people don't get face tats like that. So it was that wasn't our culture at the time. So I ain't get it. So when I seen it, it stood out. And then that just stuck with me. So when he got bigger, I'm like, yo, this the fuck. Shit, my bad. I'm like, yo, this the fucking dude.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
That's actually a really good, genuine story.
Yeah, that shit is crazy.
Because like the dagger became like such a staple too. So that's the shit you noticed,
right? That shit is that is a trademark. I'm pretty sure he got that shit trademarked at this point.
Oh, 100%. That little interview he did, it's a knife.
Yeah. Turned that into millions.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Shout out to him, man.
You know, there's a couple other dudes out there somewhere that have the same exact tattoo just because of him. People are crazy like that.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a big fact.
Shit. You got anything?
You got anything you want to plug? I mean, do you know a date? Like a month at least? Is the next album coming in August? Because this episode will probably come out in August.
Yeah, it's definitely coming out in August. It's definitely coming out in August. You feel me? I don't know the date yet. We waiting for like 2 more things. And we want to make sure the rollout is right. Because music is weird nowadays. Yeah. Music is fast. It don't. So we just want to make sure that we just, tell the story properly. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. More cafe on the way. He just dropped the first sample of the Fitteds. We got some new colorway of truckers coming this fall. We basically like revamped the truckers. So in the fall it's gonna be crazy. Man, we got some clothes coming. And yeah, we got some shit.
Dope, cool.
Yeah, man.
Oh man, well we appreciate you.
No, I appreciate
taking your time, coming through.
Thank you.
Like, comment, subscribe. Otherwise, you're a big fat bitch.
Yes, sir. Go Bills.
So
go Bills. Go follow Billie. Instagram in the description. Let's get it.
Hey.
Let's get it.
Hey.
Ski.